Today, for your viewing pleasure and purchasing consideration, is this, in its own way, magnificently beautiful 2008 Suzuki Forenza. I say it's magnificently beautiful, and there's a lot of ways and words and things you could say and do to show appreciation for this car and recognize its own form of beauty. So let's just get into the video, because I think that's the best way to do this. Like I said, this is a 2008 Suzuki Forenza. I'll take you on a quick walk around. First things first, right out of the bush, you can see that cosmetically, she's not perfect. The paint has seen better days. You have that ding right there on the hood, little scuff on the bumper. I'm gonna give you all the bad. Boom! That's the big one. This door, this is just cracked open. Okay. Now you get a better look. Do you see that right there on the window? That's how damn cold this air conditioner is. But back to the bad. Paint's not perfect. Bumper has that, beauty mark in it. Now this door, I think this door is closed. Let me check. Nope, it wasn't. Okay, forget what I said. But that door does also have a ding in it. It just looks a little bit better now. And like I mentioned earlier, the paint has seen better days. The Florida sun has really weathered it. Even on the door moldings there, the door handles. Like I said, Florida sun has really weathered the paint. But let me take you into this car a little bit here. It's a Suzuki Forenza. And I'm gonna spend more time on this thing than I should. It's getting dark. It's a beautiful day or a beautiful evening here in Tampa, Florida at Herring Auto Mall, 3001 North 34th Street in Tampa, Florida. You can always find me online, see my inventory, that kind of thing, at herringautomall.com. You can find me and watch these videos on YouTube. I'm fairly active on Facebook, Instagram. Anyways, the thing about this car is that it's a daily, it's a beater, it's an A to B special, it's transportation. And it's one of those things that the person who gets this car isn't gonna realize what they've got until they've got it. And if you think you hate it now, well, you won't after you've owned it for years and you realize that this Suzuki was the best thing to happen to you. This is one of those cars that you end up buying because it was a good deal and it seemed to run good. And the next thing you know, it's been 5-10 years and you've added your own beauty marks and scrapes and scratches to it, and you realize just what a beast this thing is. Because when you show up to Walmart, you don't care that the old lady next to you parked too close and dinged your door. You don't care that the single mother with 3 kids, that her rambunctious adolescent son rammed the shopping cart into your bumper. It doesn't matter, but at the same time, that every morning when you get into this thing and you need to get to work and you need to go run your errands and you need to do whatever you need to do in your daily life, this car is just one of those that you can count on. It's powered by a 2.0 4-cylinder gas sipping engine. It sips it. You put $30 in it and it fills the tank, okay? And for those watching this video out of context, it could be years from now. Maybe you're a time traveler, maybe whatever. But look, right now, let's see. Let me just take you through it. Our president is Joseph, what is it? I don't know, is it Joseph A. Biden, Joseph R. Biden, Joseph B. Biden? Who knows? He probably doesn't know either. But I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean in any kind of way, but I'm just taking you through world events. Our president is Joseph something Biden. The economy is just crazy right now. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. Everybody's wondering, you know, is the housing market going to crash? Is everybody going to lose their jobs? Are our credit cards going to shut off? Are the banks going to collapse? Is Russia going to bomb us tomorrow or tonight? Nobody knows. But one thing is that for damn certain, this Suzuki's gonna get you where you need to go. Nuclear fallout, and this Suzuki is gonna get you out of the dead zone. Now, maybe I should have led with this, but this thing only has 94,000 miles. Yeah, I'll say it again. It only has 94,000 miles. And I know that when the video started up and you're looking at the exterior and everything, and I'm talking about beaters and A to B and all that kind of stuff, you're like, oh great, another one over 200. Or, you know, near the end of its life and he's just gassing it up. No, this thing has so much life left in it. It only has 94,000 miles. 94,000. Granted, it is a bit newer than some of the other stuff that I often review and stuff at 2008. It's definitely not the newest thing I've done or sold, but it's newer than a lot of the cheap cars that I sell out of 2008. This car, with only 94,000 miles, it's safe to assume just the locals having fun, and I'm here for it. I love it. You know, kind of like, who was it that said, damn. The guy who sang that song, Convoy, when he says, let them truckers roll. Let them truckers roll. Let the teens ride their dirt bikes. Whatever. Laissez-faire, live and let live. America. That's how it should be. But I digress. What was I saying? Hold on, let me think about where I was at here. I think I was talking about how, okay, yeah, that we were talking about the mileage. And with only 94,000 miles, it is super safe to assume that this car has done more sitting than driving. This car has done more time parked than on the road. Now, what does that tell me? You probably already have your own kind of messed up assumption, you know. But let me tell you what the truth is, because I know. Well, I don't know for certain. I can't say this with 100% certainty. It's not a fact. But this is what it is. And I'm telling you because this is what it is. This car, no doubt, but again, I can't guarantee it, was probably bought brand new by an old lady, somebody's grandma. She bought this thing brand new, went down to the Suzuki dealership, saw this thing, said, oh my God, it's so cute. And it's affordable, and it's good on gas. And somebody's grandma bought it. Now, somebody's grandma used this to get to church on Sundays, if that's what she was into. God bless her. Somebody's grandma used this to drive to Aldi and Walmart and her local thrift stores and the flea market on the weekends. Somebody's grandma used this to go shopping for Christmas presents for her grandkids. Somebody's grandma cherished this car. Somebody's grandma kept up with every oil change, replaced any tire, any blinker light, all that kind of stuff. Somebody's grandma loved this car. And I already said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to spend way more time on this car than I should. And that's how much it means to me. Personally, I'm going to throw a price tag on this and I'm going to slide it. And I don't care if nobody comes to buy it, because you're going to see me riding the streets in this 2008 Suzuki Forenza until it sells. And I'm not ashamed to say it. So by the time that you come to get it, it may not have 94,000 miles on it anymore, but I'm gonna try to keep it low. If I start to get close to like 98, 99,000, I'll probably let off and I'll probably park it just so that somebody else can do the honors of taking her over the bridge. But anyways, now how do I know so much about the Suzuki Grandma of my dreams here? Well, because I had one. Now my grandma, she has since passed away. It's been a few years. Well, it's been more than it's been, gee. Anyways, it's been a little bit since my grandma passed away. But my grandma was an educated consumer, and in 2004, my grandma is on the hunt for a brand new car. My grandma wants to buy herself a brand new car that's only hers, and in her varied research, she figures out that Suzuki, these 4-cylinder Suzuki engines, have timing chains and not timing belts. Now, it may not be the case for this car because my grandma didn't buy a Forenza in 2008. My grandma went and bought a brand new Suzuki Aereo. It's like a little wagon hatchback. She went and bought a Suzuki Aereo when nobody wanted one, when nobody really cared to see it on the road. She went and bought a brand new Suzuki Aereo, and she paid cash for it. The thing was that she was looking for a car that had a timing chain, which honestly, I'm almost positive this car has the same engine, because I believe, no. The Aereo, my grandma's Aereo was a 2.3. This is a 2.0. But this is more so talking on Suzuki, okay, and Suzuki grandmas. This car of hers, basically she wanted something with a timing chain and not a belt, because in theory, the timing chains can last forever. You know, proper oil changes, you take care of your car, timing chains are good. Timing belts, on the other hand, are essentially a maintenance item. You have to, or you're supposed to, replace them every 100,000 or so miles. Some cars it's 80,000, you know, some cars it's 120, but somewhere around there you're supposed to change your timing belt. Now, most people don't. It's an often overlooked maintenance item. Most people don't change the timing belt, and the thing about timing belts is that most of the time, when they do go out, snap, wear prematurely, fail, whatever you want to call it, it normally results in catastrophic engine failure, because, you know, you've heard of, or maybe you haven't, but there's like a interference engine and non-interference engine. I love that stuff. And most timing belts engines, for whatever reason, seems like they're interference engines, which means something along the lines of when that timing belt decides that it's want to, you know, poo-poo your day, it's something like the valves end up, or could end up, clashing with the pistons, and it's a bad day, and, you know, you have to have a competent mechanic, and you have to really tear into the engine and start replacing valves and, you know, possibly pistons if they're dented on top and all kinds of stuff. And a lot of mechanics will just say, hey, let's just get a new engine in this thing. So timing belts can be problematic. Timing chains, on the other hand, if properly cared for, you'll never have to worry about it in most cases. Now, some cars have timing chains or the guides or the tensioners that are prone to fail. That's a different thing. Suzuki doesn't normally have that problem. That's nothing I've heard of. So my grandma comes across the fact that Suzuki has that, you know, timing chain engine. And what else about Suzuki? Well, they're affordable. Suzuki grandmas can go, and obviously not every grandma's in this position, and, you know, before anybody says it, I'm not gonna say it either, okay? How about that? I'm not gonna say it either. So anyways, they're affordable. You know, you can go and you can get one of these Suzukis at a reasonable price. Rest in peace, Suzuki. They don't make Suzukis anymore. There is no Suzuki dealership. So that was the end of Suzuki grandmas. But they're affordable. They're reliable. they are known, you know, to be cheap, but just middle of the road quality, get you where you gotta go, good on gas. My grandma was super economic. Like, she wanted to save money any way she could, and so she was a Suzuki grandma, went and got her Suzuki brand new because it's exactly what she wanted when nobody else did. Suzuki Aereo is what my grandma had. Now, here's where the rest of the story gets interesting with these Suzuki grandmas. They care very much about their Suzukis. They love them. People stop and ask them, oh my God, is that a Suzuki? And they're like, hell yes, it's a Suzuki. My Suzuki. Suzuki grandmas are proud of their Suzukis. And Suzuki grandmas take good care of their Suzukis, like I mentioned earlier. Now, the thing with Suzuki grandmas, as with everybody, is that we all have our time and we must die. It is a fact of life. And I encourage you to meet your God and, you know, don't chase a religion, but form relationship. Anyways, so at some point, Suzuki grandmas pass away. And because that's the only reason a Suzuki grandma is going to get rid of their Suzuki. I'm telling you right now, Suzuki grandmas don't just say, like, there's no other reason to get rid of it, because it's not going to give you any major mechanical issues. It's not like, oh, the transmission went out and I'm not going to fix. No, it doesn't happen. Suzuki grandmas only lose their Suzukis when they die because they can't take it with them. And if they could, they probably would. But Suzuki grandmas die, and I think that's what happened with this car. It probably sat for most of its, not most of its life, but I'm saying, you know, it was modestly and earnestly and lightly driven for most of its life. And then Suzuki grandma died, and this car went to a granddaughter, maybe, grandson, and that person didn't appreciate this car for what it really was. You know, a reliable transportation that if you love it, it'll love you back. Now, whether you love it or not, it's gonna love you back, so I shouldn't have worded it that way. But what I mean by that is grandson or granddaughter, you know, takes their friends for joyrides in it, and everybody's eating Mickey D's, and the coffee spills in the back. Well, maybe not coffee, the soda pop, you know, spills in the back seat, you know, maybe a love-making stain here or two. Drive-in nights, you know, they drive it where they shouldn't, you know, take it off-road, hop a curb or two. What happened on the backside there, it kind of looks to me like maybe somebody, like when it was raining outside or something, like maybe slid it into like a guardrail or, you know, something like that. That's what it looks like to me. Because most of the time when you slide, you know, the back end, and bam, guardrail. That's what I think. So some youngin' gets Suzuki grandma's car, and they put a beating on it, you know, cosmetically. But mechanically, they're still solid. Now, problem is that Suzuki grandson or granddaughter, well, like I said, they don't appreciate this car the same way. So the very first chance that they get to get out of this car, they take it. They trade it in at some second-rate lot like mine. Shouldn't have said that either. Herring Auto Mall is on the come up, and we're doing big things. We have big things ahead of us. But you know what I mean. I'm not CarMax, and I don't even know if I should be name dropping like that, but I'm not, you know, I'm not insert name here, Ford dealership, Chevy, Kia, GMC, Buick, you know. This is an independent car lot, and at some point, Suzuki grandson or granddaughter trades this in, sells it for dirt cheap, gives it away, whatever. They want to get out of it because they don't think it's cool enough. Their friends don't appreciate it. You know, they want the BMW that's going to break down on them. Or, you know, they want the pickup truck to go 4x4, you know. After they've already gotten rid of the car, do they realize, damn, that little Suzuki was good to me. But it's too late. The car's gone. So now this Suzuki, it still runs good, and it's ready to give its next owner a life full of joy. It's just that it's a little used now, you know, and that's okay. But it's just something that you have to realize how these cars get here. And it's just a fact of just the circle of life. And so I've done enough talking, a lot of talking. I warned you of that at the beginning. Let's look inside. Whoop. let's not. I don't want anybody's personal information. That's my water bottle. But you see the soda pop stain in the back, like I mentioned. But it relatively decent interior in the sense that it's all here. Headliner's in good shape. You know, no big rips, tears. Nothing's missing. Kind of the same deal up front, you know. It's like nothing is really good or really bad. You know, everything is just kind of good enough. Windshield's cracked. Now, I'm speaking so affectionately about Suzuki grandmas and Suzuki grandsons and granddaughters because I myself, like I said, I had a Suzuki grandma. And, you know, this is almost like a story time. This is a crossover here. I myself was a Suzuki grandson. My grandma, like I mentioned, bought a Suzuki Aereo, brand new, had it the whole rest of her life until her death. And when she died, she made sure that I got her Suzuki. And here it is. This is my grandma's Suzuki Aereo. You can see it is wicked. It's got the whole, like, oh, I love that. That was always my favorite part about this car. And actually, even better than that, she got that. Like, she wanted that. That's sick to me. She wanted the little vent visors. They actually say Suzuki on them. Like, she ordered them from Suzuki. It also had the matching bug guard on the hood. And to make matters worse, it's a 5-speed. Wah, wah, chopstick. Yes, my grandma at, let's see, she would have been probably in her 70s when she bought this car, specifically wanted a timing chain Suzuki Aereo with a 5-speed training. Wasn't gonna settle for less. Went to the Suzuki dealership, picked this car out, said, give me the vent visors, give me the hood scoop, the bug guard, sorry. Give me the, whatever you call this, the livery on the side. This is my grandma. Now, me being a Suzuki grandson, I'm excited. And I drove the wheels off of this car, and I took fairly good care of it until one fateful morning when I rear-ended somebody. So I am a Suzuki grandson. Now, this car has been sitting ever since, but I promise I'm gonna get it back on the road. And in fact, I bought that Suzuki Aereo as a parts car, donor car. It's also a 5-speed, but the engine was taken apart. It had been towed behind a camper at one point, or a trait, you know, I don't know what you call it anymore, but it had a lot of miles on it. Oh, look at this. This is my wife calling to ask me why I'm still here at the car lot taking videos of damn Suzukis. So let me speed this up a little bit because I know dinner's probably almost done. Like I said, sun's going down. Locals are wondering. Anyways, back to this over here. I am a Suzuki grandson. I'm speaking from experience. These damn cars are damn good. And the only way you're going to kill them is you're not. Let's keep going because, like I said, now I need to speed the pace up a little bit. Only 94,000 miles. Let's bump that AC up. Now you have a friendly check engine light. Nothing to be scared of. I don't know what the code is for it. And it's kind of trivial at this point because are you really buying this car because you want something perfect? We're past that. Oh, my wife's calling. She's blowing up both phones. You know, this is for your enjoyment here. Damn it, everything's gone haywire.
Hello?
Hey, I'm doing a video.
Okay.
Dinner's done or something, I assume. Oh, she's pissed. She is pissed. My wife is pissed. So anyways, you saw it. I need to get out of here. That time is not accurate, but it's not that far. So back to the car. You have a friendly check engine light, trivial. I am gonna see what it is about. If it's something really simple, then I will take care of it, but most of the time these check engine lights on a car that's, you know, older like this, it's like it's gonna say O2 sensor, and you can track this crap down. It could be an O2 sensor, it could be a MAF sensor, it could be a dirty air cleaner, it could be, you know, bad gas. It's trivial. It really doesn't matter. Like if I had a new car and this was like a 2020, you know, Ford Explorer or something, sure, get the check engine light off, pay whatever it takes. But we're talking about a Suzuki Forenza. You are not going to throw thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars trying to shut off that stupid little light for whatever little sensor decide. I'm not going to go into it. Look, let's move on. That's your tire pressure monitor light. I am going to make sure all the tires have air in them, and I'm going to send it. This car runs like a freaking tree, and that's the best thing that I can say on TV, on YouTube. Okay. Horn works. Air conditioner blows ice cold. Radio. I'm not a... anyways. Power windows, power mirrors, power locks, horn, you know, buttons here, you know, all kinds of crazy controls for a Suzuki. Air conditioner is ice cold. Did I say that already? Air conditioner is ice cold. This is kind of cool. It's got this hold button, and when you hit it, that shows up on the dash. Hold. Hold please. And it's so that you can drive this thing in some kind of weird manual mode. Look it up for yourself. Kind of cool technology to be included on a Suzuki Forenza. Dash is just excellent. And I gave it a little car wash and whatever, but I did not do a detail by any means. So you need to go ahead and do that if that's what you want. These bulbs, like, this is unheard of. Most of these older cars I'm selling, you know, at least one of the bulbs is burnt out. And this car has its quirks, for sure. Maybe the check engine light is one of them, but I'm not going to worry about it because it just runs so damn good. I'm going to turn the air conditioner down because it's already getting cold in here again, as you can see. And I'm going to take you on a brief spin. The thing about words, I can't put it into words. You can't feel it shift. It's so smooth. It just goes. It just drives. It doesn't ask you where it's going. It just does it. I can't go all night because I know that my wife is watching my location on my phone right now, and she's just waiting for me to pull out. And I'm nowhere near that. But so I need to hurry back, and I need to get this wrapped up, and I need to feed the dog and let her out, guard dog, for the night. And I need to just live to sell a car tomorrow. That's tough, but you know, actually, I'm even gonna leave this outside of the gate because I need to rush myself here. One cool thing about this car is most of the time you would think you just put your foot on the brake and you shift it up to the grates, right? It's got, you know, this is a little, you know, push down select lever to shift from N to R. So right here, when I first got in this car, I'm like, what the hell? I can't. It won't let you. It's like, what does it need to be greased? What? Well, no, you push down on it, right? Wicked. So you use the brake to go backwards, you know, but then to go forwards you have to push it down. So I think that's a neat little safety feature that you don't see on a lot of cars, and Suzuki they cared about that kind of stuff. Suzuki pride. As far as I'm concerned, I'd put my kid in a Suzuki any day. Let me put this outside of the fence because I'm driving this home and I'm not afraid to say it. So, I know that it's been a long time waiting, and I still haven't told you. We're going to put this car out. It's a 2008 Suzuki Forenza, like I've said a few times. It only has 94,000 miles. I'm going to put it out at $2,500. Some of you will think I'm crazy. But $2,500 is what it's going to take to pry this thing out of my hands. Because otherwise, I'm going to drive it, and I don't care. I don't care. You're going to have to bring me $2,500 if you want to take this thing home. As good as it runs, as cold as that air conditioner is, as low as those miles are, you're going to have to bring me $2,500 plus tax, tag, and title if you want to pull this Suzuki Forenza out of my hands. Now, the disclaimer, all prices are subject to change, as I say with everything. So if you call me up and the car is gone, you missed it. If you call me up and the price is $3,500, well, it's because that my phone just blew up with so much interest and I just didn't want to sell it yet. If you call me up and the price went down, you know, don't think that there's something wrong with it. No, maybe I'm just ready to let it go to its next home. So Suzuki Forenza at Herring Auto Mall. Find me at 3001 North 34th Street in Tampa, Florida. Online at herringautomall.com, as well as on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Herring Auto Mall. You can call or text me at 813-440-7769. It's always a pleasure to do these videos for those who watch them, like them, hate them. Maybe you don't watch more than just one, but I hope that you took something away from this video other than just the mundane, meaningless things. Take something real from this video. Go buy yourself a Suzuki or something similar. It's not all about the materialistic things and the car that's the flashiest and whatever. You know, the BMW here is going to pull one kind of woman, or you know, is gonna attract a certain kind of attention this way. And I shouldn't have even said pull a woman, because you know, you could be one sex, you know, looking for the other, or you could be one sex looking at the same sex, or you could be a man or a woman buying this or that, and none of that matters. All I'm saying is that some people want this car because, oh, it's a BMW and it's got leather and blah, blah. Well, this Suzuki's gonna run circles around that BMW, and anybody honest should admit that. So again, you can call or text me, Anthony, at 813-440-7769 if you'd like to be the lucky owner, the next in line in the Suzuki legacy with this Suzuki Forenza 2008, only 94,000 miles. You can find me online, herringautomall.com, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Hit me up. This car is going to sell. Always a pleasure. Love you guys. Till next time.